Hey there, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon fans. This is Westatron. Today we're going to be taking a look at Art Asylum's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon Limu Bai action figure. This came out around the time of the movie, and this was before Art Asylum was bought out by Diamond. So they've kind of still got some of their own art style, and they still did the coins and stuff like that. Get a close-up a little bit there. You can see the little bit of info they have about the movie. It reads up and down instead of left to right. I don't know if that's supposed to be a kind of tribute to Chinese writing or what, but there's a shot of Limu Bai, Yu Shulian, Jin Yu, and Lo. Or they call him Dark Cloud Lo, but this figure set came out in 2001, and I'm pretty excited to have it. I was interested in them back then, but I wasn't as big of a toy collector, so never picked it up, and I wanted to kind of, still filling in holes in the collection, so this is definitely one of them. I'll tell you right off the bat, because I have actually already opened this guy, because I got excited when I got him in at work, but tell you right off the bat, he does not come with the Green Destiny, which he may or may not be movie accurate since he only had it a little bit in the movie, but for an action figure you kind of want to have it. But that comes with Yu Shulian, so I'm still going to try and get her when I can, but for now this figure just comes with a regular sword. It should go here, and there's some extra hands that go here, but like I said, I've opened it already, so let's get this guy open and talk about the action figure. And real quick, I just want to take a look. This is the base that came with the figure, and it's kind of supposed to represent the bamboo thicket that he fights Jen in when she comes after the Green Destiny. And I just wanted to show you how much you have to put this together. There's a lot of pieces here that you have to assemble, which is pretty extraordinary. I've never seen like this much assembly go into one base. But the thing is, this isn't it. It's this. All of these branches come with these like fronds or leaves or whatever you want to call it. All of these attach to this base. You have to assemble this entire thing. I'm really excited to get this. These are actually all stuck together. There's more to this. I'm really excited to get this all together because I've never seen something this huge as a base before, with this much work and care put into it. So let's get that put together and take another look. Here's Limu Bai standing on the base once it's been constructed. This will take a while actually to put all together. The instructions are not great in the little manual. They're kind of generalized a little bit, just like plug part into part, then plug other parts into parts. They're not very specific, so I assume that this is all put together correctly, but I'm not positive. Looks about accurate though. Or at least semi-accurate. The really neat thing about this is that it's designed to replicate how he stands on the branches in the film, which is really cool because they actually have pegs on the two lowest branches to set his feet on, which I think is just absolutely awesome. Like, because you don't notice them at first. I almost missed them, and I'm pulling parts out. But there's actually... He stands on this one particularly tightly. I'm not sure why. There we go. And that just plugs right back in. But they don't call a lot of attention to themselves because they kind of just sort of look like more bamboo shafts sort of sticking off from the base. But these are actually peg holes for his feet. So I imagine if the balance was good enough, you could probably even get him maybe up on 1 foot or something. If you really tried at it. That might bend it over time. The weight might be a little bit much, but pretty cool. The base is pretty awesome. I really dig it. As you saw a second ago, there's a lot of detail to it. Palm fronds are coming out a little bit. These have varying levels of stick-to-itiveness. That's not really how you use that word, but there you go. This one is falling out a lot, but they kind of... I don't know if they're in there right because they're sort of popping out at odd angles, but it does look really good. It's a nice 3D kind of base where you could turn it a little bit and have him like this with the chutes going back or, coming out at you, more of a three-dimensional type of display, or having this big frond in front of him, or this big chute. So very cool. I dig that. I'm really liking the display base. I don't usually use display bases a whole lot, just because they do take up space, but I may actually use his. I'd like it better if I could attach it to the wall somehow. That would make a really cool display, but you take what you get. So, onto the figure himself. We will take a look at his face. Actually, let me bring the camera a little closer. Let's take a look at Li Bai's face. As you can see, it's a very nice representation of Chow Yun-fat. Actually, really, really nice. They did a great job. They've got his hair all sculpted back here. The face sculpt just really, really does look like the actor. Very, very impressive. The hair back here is actually like a kind of a rubberized material. You can see it's sort of stuck in on itself right now, but this is like really, really rubberized. Almost like the sticky hands you used to throw down walls when you were a kid. Very, very soft, but also like nice kind of whippy thing going on there. And when I actually got it out of package, it was sticking to his back. Like actually you had to like sort of peel it off, but luckily no residue came off or anything, so very nice looking. Folds on the clothes look just really, really nice, very natural, very flowing. Kind of has that sort of always in the breeze look that he had in the movie, where he was never quite perfectly still. Very, very cool. Underneath his dress, I don't know, his robe, you can see there's more great folds here in the legs. Nice bandage wraps down here on the bottom. Very, very cool, a little wash in there to kind of make him stand out. Awesome shoes, pegs, holes on the bottom, of course, for the stand here. But overall, just very, very nice looking. Very, very nice looking. I've already got his sword in his sword hand here, but you can see it's just a plain Tai Chi sword, or I don't know, maybe Wushu sword. You guys who know more about martial arts can tell me for sure, but very simple, looks like it did in the movie. A big whoop. He also comes with the bamboo shoot that he used as a weapon for a short while, just I guess to teach a lesson, which is cool. You can also replace it in either of the other holding hands. So very cool. He's got additional left and right holding hands. The hands he comes with are, this is kind of more of a chopping hand, or just a down at your side hand, because it looks really cool. And this one is that two-finger thing he kind of did, and that Obi-Wan eventually ripped off in the Star Wars remakes, or reboots, whatever you want to call them, sequels, prequels, whatever. So very cool there, and those are very easy to pop out. You just kind of give them a pull and a tug, and just a whole peg, boom, and new weapon. And it's cool because you can actually, with the way his hand is bent, kind of mimic the way he would hold his sword behind his back when he wasn't fighting. Very, very cool. I dig that. Very, very nice work, Art Asylum. So, on articulation, I'll just leave the sword in hand. He's got a ball-jointed neck, which the ball joint is at the base of the neck. Very, very cool. Forward a little bit, back a little bit. Tilt, decent. And then, of course, the looking all around. Swivel hinge shoulders, so go up pretty good amount. They're not really blocked by anything. Very, very nice. And then a swivel here in his left bicep, none in his right bicep. That's all the articulation as far as down to the wrists on his right arm. He's got swivel wrists on both sides. And underneath here, he's got a swivel waist, so can get a little swivel action there. This is all very soft, kind of a rubbery plastic here. And then we've got swivel hinge in the hips. My hips are a little bit loose, where they kind of want to go down a little bit on their own. Not horrible, but I may have to do some work on them later. Right one is a little better than the left. And then they're hinged, go out to about there. Very nice. No swivels here. Hinge in the knees. Very nice. About 90 on either side. Very cool. A little bit more than 90 really on that side. And there's swivels in the boot tops here, which is interesting because the feet are on their own separate ball joints. which don't have a great range of motion, but have some, help get in some of those wider stances and stuff. But it's interesting because, you've already got a swivel on the ball joint, so I'm not really sure why you would want this part to swivel too, but it can be done, so there it is. So very nice action figure, really. Not as much posability as a modern figure would come with, obviously. We're missing joints in this arm, no elbow joint here, and then the swivels in the hips, in the thighs would have been very nice, and any kind of crunch in the middle would have been nice too, but for what he's got for the time is actually pretty impressive. Kind of, like I said before, ahead of their time. So, I also said that these were from Art Asylum back when they did the coins, and for this particular figure, they did the coin really in a neat fashion, and that was to make it look like jade. This was a really, really cool idea that they did. I'm really excited that they kind of brought that in. This would make just a great kind of backdrop, because on this side, it says, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, No Desire Without Restraint, and has some great characters going down the center of it, which I imagine is the film title, but I'm not positive on that. And then on the back has their Art Asylum symbol and stuff, and official seal of insanity, Psycho Toys for Crazy Kids. So very cool, and, a little kind of transparent. I don't know if you can see my finger back there, but very, very neat the way that they did that. I really like that. It was a great way to incorporate the coin and keep it with the design of the figure. So, like if you had that on a mantelpiece or something behind the figures, it would just look like some great kind of decoration. So that's very cool. Now, the only thing that I've run into as far as problems with this figure is his right hand, which can also hold his sword, or like I showed you, the palm frond. It works really... I'm going to slide it through that way. That might get in there a little easier. It works not bad with the frond. This one's a bit tougher to pop out. But the problem is that his sleeve here, you don't have a whole lot of clearance in there. You can see there's a little bit of an indentation for the sword hilt, but not a lot. So once you get the hand in here, which is kind of hard to get in as well, because you have to kind of turn it towards the right angle, and then hope you're getting it popped in without breaking the sword in the process, because it's kind of tucked back in there. You don't get any kind of rotation out of it, and this is still not popped in all the way either. You can see it's still kind of moving in there. So you have to be careful, which is too bad, because there was a lot of that kind of flying with sword outstretched type of thing. So it would be a great recreation for the movie, but you can't really do it so well because of the depth that this plugs in. You can see how far that's in on the sleeve. That's kind of problematic. So it also makes it a little hard to get it back out once it's in. So I personally am going to leave it with the right hand with the two fingers of doom there sticking out, and then with his arm behind his back and probably posed on the palm fronds. So this is a very cool action figure. I dig it. They did a great job. The only real things it's missing for me are a couple of articulation points. And personally, I would have liked to have had the Green Destiny, even though he didn't use it a whole lot. It is kind of his sword, so I would like to have Li Mubai the warrior, not so much Li Mubai the guy searching, whatever. I just like the idea of his legend more than anything else. So, but overall, very, very cool action figure set. I bought mine for $14.99, I believe it was. It was about $15 from Amazon with the free Prime shipping. So, very, very good deal for this set, because they can go for much higher. But I would say a solid $25 would be your cap on that. Of course, that's your decision. You can go higher or lower depending on how you feel about it. But as far as my view on him being an action figure, because that's my ultimate collection is good action figures, I would say a solid $25 for a figure of this quality with this kind of extraordinary base. If you're not interested in the base, go lower. But for me, I think that would be my max. So I appreciate you guys checking out the review. Happy New Year to everyone who follows the Gregorian calendar. Heart you guys very much. Love all the comments and the new subscribers. I really, really appreciate it. That's pretty much it for this guy. I will talk to you guys soon. We'll have another review coming up soon, something kind of special. So, yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later. Bye. you.